Hey, this is Ken Nelson with the Tactical Performance Center, here with 3 more ways to rock your draw. These are just 3 tips that I'd like you to consider using. They're not required techniques, but they help a lot of people and they make sense. The first I want to talk about is a natural support hand. And when I watch people at the range, I see all sorts of stuff going on with their support hand. I see this, I see nothing. They're just hanging there where they go for the gun. There's a couple things I want you to consider about the support hand. One is that this concept. If you have a tense hand, the first thing you have to do when the gun's coming in is untense and then apply whatever pressures you want. That's wasted effort and wasted energy. So the first thing I'm going to suggest is a relaxed, natural support hand position, okay? The second thing is that having your hand somewhere where it's not going to meet the gun is also a waste, right? So have the hand relaxed in a position to accept the gun when you're building the connection in your two-handed grip. Now, how do you find that? Pretty simple. Come up. I'm aiming, sights aligned, I'm sight alignment by feel. It's coming back, sight alignment by feel, my wrist is stiff. The minute the left hand is off the gun, it stops in the same position. It's relaxed. That's where my hand needs to go to when I do the draw. I'll do that slower. Do it again. Come back. Come in. Put the gun away. I'm still at sight alignment by feel. My wrist is stiff. Come in. Nothing changes. If you build a machine to do this, you would not have a bunch of extra motion. Okay? Build a shooting machine using your body. Control it with your mind. Drive it with your eyes. Okay, that's the first tip. Natural support hand that's doing the least that it needs to do to be in position. Second, elbow room. Elbow room. All right, so this is a typical way you see the draw. That's fine. Works. What happens if I'm here? What happens if I'm sitting in a chair? What happens if I'm in a booth at the diner? What happens if I'm sitting in a car? How much of your day do you spend where if you went like that, you'd hit something? A lot. Okay, so what I'm going to suggest is that you consider adding into your draw kit the idea of the elbow coming to the side. Works. Sitting in the chair, works. Sitting at the booth at the diner, unless you are sitting next to somebody, it works. Okay? I'm not saying you have to do this. In fact, I do it both ways, depending on what I need to do. But what I am suggesting is that you build a good system and a good draw where you can have your elbow to the side. So you have elbow room. It works the same. It's actually, I've not been able to measure any difference in my performance at all, whether my elbow is here or elbow to the side. So consider adding that to your toolkit so that you have a great draw available to you in a lot more of the environment you're typically in. All right, third tip, holster pop. Again, not a required technique, but I use it and it helps. It's not available to IWB holsters, pocket carry, but it is available to retention holsters, anything on the belt, and any holster that's firm, Kydex or other, which I recommend. It's basically this concept. If I pull this gun straight out, look where it is. Okay, and then I go about my business. But what if, while I'm pulling it out, I apply a bit of back tension? And what I'm thinking about is I'm pushing the front sight into the groove that it's riding up. Now watch. I'm just going to do it slow. Watch what happens. See how it pops up? See how that's ready to go way earlier than if I did this. So consider the holster pop. Consider trying that. See how that works. Again, it's not big. I'm just adding a little bit of back tension. a little bit of back tension, kind of pushing the gun a little bit like that, and then it just pops right out. Okay, and then imagine what happens if you have to go to retention. All sorts of good things happen from that if your system is supporting it, your holster system, so forth. So those are the 3 things. Gosh, every time I do one of these videos, I write down a couple ideas for the next one. I don't think I'm going to run out of ideas anytime soon. Fingers crossed. So once again, natural support hand. The minute you're off the gun, it just stays there. It's relaxed, it's where it needs to be, and it comes right together. Second, elbow room. Let's not have this, let's have that. And finally, the holster pop. Look at that, it just pops right out. All right, so you know the drill. Share this with somebody who you don't mind beating you. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell button. Send people over to the Learn Right Now menu on our tacticalperformancecenter.com website. Hope this helps. We're getting great feedback on these. We're going to keep doing them as long as you like them. I'm Ken Nelson. I'll see you on the range.